foremost, a great win, bouncing back from the Army loss. It was important. Can you talk about that win as a whole?
Yeah, so great team win. We had a lot of guys off the bench. We didn't have a great bench effort at Army, but coming off the game today and the practice yesterday, we needed some guys off the bench to step up, and we had Dave Kasong and I step up, and we had Deaver step up, and Sean, got all those steals. Dave played great for us, and so that was the difference in the game is our bench play.
So can you talk about your shooting effort? I mean, obviously, 10 for 10 from the field, 4 for 4 from the free throw line. It's rare that you can have a game where you don't miss a shot.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's easier when it's 1 foot shots and everything, but it's just an honor to be up there with those guys.
You've had some health issues this year, and you feel like you're getting back into the swing of things?
Yeah. So I feel like my strength's back completely. I still have a little bit of down weight, but I feel like I'm getting back in the swing of things.
So
sure.
Early in the game, it was kind of back and forth, and you all picked it up toward the end of the first half and had a nice run. I think you pushed the lead to 14 points at halftime. Did you feel like you just kind of, I know Coach called a timeout and wasn't too happy at one point and maybe got into you a little bit?
Yeah. So that was the baseline out of bounds where they threw it off my back.
Right.
So that wasn't good, but other than that, we hit our free throws, so that was a big thing. Last time we played them, we didn't hit our free throws at all. And so that's what just pulled the lead a little bit.
So back into second place in the Patriot League, I mean, the key was to bounce back from Army. You couldn't let Army beat you twice.
Right.
Can you just talk about that?
Yeah, so Army, so these freshmen, they've only had one game against Army and it was a loss, so they were kind of down about that. But I told them, it's the first game, it's a conference game is what it is, straight up. In the last 4 years I've been here, whoever wins the first loses the second, and the second one's the in-star game. Right. And so once they heard that, you're like, you know what, it's fine. We just got to go 1-0 for the next game. That's it. Right. So that was our mindset for this coming into this game.
So, have you ever had a game where you didn't miss a shot?
I think I had one sophomore year, but it wasn't 10. Right. It's been a while if I did. Right. If I did it once, yeah, but no, it's pretty rare.
Well, Ed, you've been around long enough to know that an Army game, win or lose, can have an hangover effect. So I imagine that was a big point of emphasis was don't let Army beat us twice. Let's get back on track.
Yes. Didn't like the way we practiced Monday, to be quite honest with you. Didn't like the way we practiced yesterday. Phil, shooting practice today, I made clips. And we shot for, a few minutes, but it was film. It was like, look at this defensive blunder, in practice. We film every practice, so I was saying, this is not the way we guard. So I was disappointed, and I let them know that. I was disappointed, and it's on them. We talked about that Army game, and I said we talked about it Monday, and I thought we flushed it, but obviously we didn't because we did two not very good practices. And you worked too hard, you lifted, you ran, you practiced. You're going to let that team beat you twice? Are you crazy? Right. And give our team credit, give our guys credit. They watched all the clips. They took the constructive criticism, and they went out there tonight, and I thought they played pretty well. I'm proud of their efforts and on both ends of the floor.
What can you say about Wick? That's 24 points, career high. He doesn't miss a shot from the field or the free throw line.
Yeah, I said to him in there, Wickster, if they'd have picked one guy on the team that didn't miss a shot and didn't miss a free throw all game, I'm not sure I'd have picked you. And he laughed. He said, Coach, I don't think I'd pick myself. He had a great night. We were going to go into him. We were going to get the ball in the post because we thought we had an opportunity in there to score. We thought he could get in there and score and do something.
You like the matchup?
Yeah, he knew we were going to, get him the ball, and he finished around the basket. I always say to the guys, you got to make 1 foot shots and free throws. You got to make 1 foot shots and free throws, and you can win games. And that's what he said to me. He said, Coach, I made all my 1 foot shots and I made my free throws. I said, yeah, it's an easier game when you do that. But I thought he had a great night. I thought Cam had a really, really good night for us. And then John Carter was really solid. Nice to see him.
Good to see him
finally get out and made some threes and did some good things. And then our guy David off the bench was, I just thought we needed jump started. And Dave's played well in practice, and a couple other guys have. So you might, see some other guys in there. So I was a total team effort. Total team effort. Guys off the bench points tonight. What do we have, Justin? 18.
Right.
It's really, really good for us. You know, they didn't have a whole lot of second chance points. They didn't have any fast break points, points
You
off
get 18
turnovers.
off
We got
turnovers.
off turnovers. So we got 18 off the bench and 18 turnovers. You get 36 points there. It's pretty good for us.
38 points in the paint, too.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we have 38. We're going in there.
Well, so going back to Wick a little bit, I thought at one point you ran this play and it was clearly designed for him. I mean, I thought he posted up strong. And it looked like you ran some plays for him. Are you starting to maybe run?
Oh,
some
no,
plays?
we run plays for him. I mean, we run stuff. Tonight he just had it going offensively. And, you know, and he's been, you know, the injury has set him back. You know, I think.
He just said he's starting to feel his strength.
Yeah, he's just starting to be who he is again, you know, and so that's nice to see. But Bill, we've always, you know, we got a card full of, you know, plays to get the ball into him, and some nights we get it into him, and sometimes we don't, and some nights it's because we can't feed the post, and sometimes he's not in the right position. We made a point of emphasis the last 2 days in practice. He was catching the ball 3 or 4 feet off the box. He was catching it out there off the lane line, and when we went back to basics, and he had to come off and catch it one step above the block, and then if he didn't get it, he had to throw it out and then repost. So, you know, I think we made a conscious effort the last 2 days to get him refocused in the post and make deep post ups.
So you gave this David guy 19 minutes career high, and he delivered at 9 points, 4 steals.
Yeah.
What'd you like about it? Just active, huh?
No, just active. He does. He's very active in practice. He knocks balls free. He's got a great shot fake. Sometimes as a coach, you just have a gut that this is what you need to do tonight, you know. And you know, at Lehigh, I had a gut. He played Deaver more, and he came in, had a big night, and then sang with Yoder. And then tonight, to me, it was just, I just thought this kid deserves to get in there, get a shot, and we needed something different. And I thought it would help our bench because he's one of the guys that plays on the red squad at times and the scout and helps prepare. Excuse me, and they were all. And that helps morale. But he's a kid that got his chance and he delivered. So now he's going to get more opportunity.